I hope you washed your hands.
I didn't. Hi.
Hi.
We're back at Cobra. So, for this series of Tom vs Dale, Dale's Build, Dale's Edition. So last series, Cobra kind of teamed us up with Ed Aldridge to kind of revamp the original Mercedes seats. So they invited us back for this series, for the JAG, to show us that kind of motorsport range. So we're not doing anything with the original seats JAG, they're getting put in the skip. We're going to go full on big track seats. So they've invited us down today to look at some materials, shapes, different kind of bucket seats, stuff like that. So yeah, more education, more performance stuff. Hey, let's learn together.
And welcome back to another video.
And welcome back to another episode. Welcome back to a video. Like, share and subscribe. Tap that notification bell. Cool.
Okay. Who have we got with us?
I'm Dale. I work for Meguiars.
I know who you are.
Oh.
I'm Adam, I work here.
Good.
So obviously we're focusing on the more motorsport side of Cobra. So Adam has got their kind of free motorsport seats and he's trying to get away. He's right behind you and he can explain them.
Exactly, we're going to turn around and you can explain each one individually.
So we've got 3 seats, Suzuka in the middle, which is most probably one of most popular sort of race seats we've got. It's good support on your sort of legs, hips, and it's quite good for people who sort of, it's the Nürburgring sort of
seat.
Dailyable. Yeah, and you haven't got, since you're not allowed sort of any head restraints on the Nürburgring, it's sort of, you've got everything in the seat that you've got everything in the seat you want apart from that. And then you've got the Sebring and the Evolution sort of on the outsides. The Sebring's basically the same as the Suzuka within sort of reason, but with the added head support. And then the Evolutions, for a different style of person, you get some people that sit in the Sebring and go, oh, this doesn't fit me. But then personally, I'm the same in the Evolution. I just don't feel comfortable, whereas the Sebring fits perfectly.
Yeah. So there's a bit more cosmetic, the choice between those two.
With race seats, what people don't understand is it's a very personal thing. It's a lot of how you feel rather than just sort of like, it's all well and good, I like that one, I want that one. But
will it work for me?
Yeah, if you sit in it and feel uncomfortable, what's the point?
I suppose if you're doing 24 hours of Le Mans, you've got to be in a seat that's comfortable.
Yeah, even if you're doing sort of 20 minutes, half hour, you don't want any movement. Otherwise, you're just going to be holding on to the steering wheel, trying to keep yourself in place, rather than driving the car. Standard width.
Hi, welcome to the hot seat down Western. Today we're going to be talking about your feelings and how you feel about this seat. I am essentially interviewing myself. My thoughts on the seat. I'm in it. I can see that one, which is my preferable one. And the good thing is, when I was in that one, I couldn't see this one, which plainly means I want that one. Good. Thanks. Join us again next week. Oh, okay.
You feel there's a bit more.
Yeah, there's a bit more there. Yeah.
What you don't want is you can slide.
I don't want too much.
You can slide your hands down the side of you.
Yeah,
you can get your fingers in.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
As soon as you go around the corner and squash the foam on the one side, that starts your movement, and then you just end up slapping.
Is it comfortable?
Yeah. And the same sort of height-wise as well.
Yeah.
So your shoulders will be on here. Your shoulders are sort of there.
Yeah.
Just a bit low, whereas on that you're near enough. Because what you want to try and do is get your shoulders to be middle of the harness slot.
Oh, okay.
Which yours are, but say like for me on that, I have to go with a stupidly low cushion. So if I sit in that with a normal cushion, my shoulders are. So in the race car, I don't have a cushion.
Oh, okay, I get you.
And just sit straight on the floor.
So what's the next move? Moving into kind of materials and colours?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So it's definitely that one. That one's by far the winner.
So we were right then, we could have made one by now.
So what's that, the stuff you use, is that kind of like, not perforated, but what's that kind of material that you use on the racing seats?
That's what we call our spacer fabric, which is...
So is that going to be the prominent...
That would be your main...
Yeah, so we're now looking for accents and stuff.
So
like
basically that's sort of moisture wicking and a breathable material. So it's got vertical, sort of, it's in essence 2 fabrics with vertical strands in between.
Oh, okay.
So it pulls the sort of the sweat away from you, and then when you're sort of out of the seat, the vertical fibres allow the allow air to pass through.
I'm guessing it's quite easy to clean and maintain.
Yeah, and it's antibacterial as well.
So we know what the main material is going to be. So it's commonly a black seat. We want to do a little kind of green and red.
Yeah, and then we've got sort of, we can go with reds. There isn't any British racing green of that. A mixture of those.
Yeah, because it's quite. So we're looking at the green on the Jaguar logo, on the S-Type logo.
Yeah, it does look like British racing. It'd be surprising not being British racing. I think we should go British racing green just because
of the heritage.
To add to, yeah.
So let's do that. Let's do red.
You wouldn't. That looks.
That's going to look
very new.
That's going to look neon on there.
Yeah.
So just thinking out loud, could we do the red stripe going up this side and the green stripe on that side?
Yep.
And then on the opposite seat.
The opposite.
The opposite, yeah. So when you look at them, you've got the green in the centre and the red on the outside.
I think if you're doing like a green stripe on the outside, I think the red stitching would work best.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about stitching.
Because I think if you're having
red, I did forget.
Green and red, I think it would look a bit weird.
Say it was the main colour, the green, wasn't it?
It was the green, yeah. So sorry, I forgot about the stitching.
So we do the green like that.
Yeah.
And then red stitching, and then we'll do red.
Yeah, because obviously
we'll do our logos like that.
Yeah.
And then yours is the yellow.
Meguiar's race logo, yeah.
Just thinking, could we do little Union Jack with Masterman on it, like the traditional racing stuff?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm down for that.
And then on the other one with Julie.
Yeah. I mean, it's about time she found out. I mean, you could do on the other one we do the American flag with Meguiar on it.
Mhm.
I'm down for that if that's cool. So we have Union Jack, Masterman, American flag, Meguiar.
Yeah.
It is me. What would you like to know?
So, who runs this gaff?
It's not me.
I can't speak to you if you're turned around, can I?
Oh! I thought you were waiting for me. Anyway, microphone issue because I'm playing with that. It's going to fire me up. What did you need to know?
Tell us the history.
Am I looking at that bit or you? Okay, well, so kind of the motorsport connection wasn't really something from the very early days. Other than that, when my grandfather was working for ACs, they did run a Le Mans team. I think that was in 1963. But Grandad was the head coach with ACs in Thames Ditton, and he served his lifelong career there. And my father started as an apprentice with him when he was, I think he was about 17, 18, something like that. Spent a few months with Grandad and then was very close to getting him sacked. So Grandad said, "You're going to have to go and get yourself another job." So Grandad carried on there till he retired. Dad, having learned basic upholstery skills, went to work for a company called Motor Liter Steering Wheels, which I believe still exists in some form or other. And while he was there, he decided that he wanted to make seats, and the guy that was running the company said he didn't think it was any future in it, and if he really felt that strongly, he should do it himself. So he did, and he bought a shed in Camberley in 1975 and started there. And during that time, I think it was 76 when they filmed Star Wars. That's when somebody came to Dad and said, "Can you make the seats for the Millennium Falcon?" Yeah, so we moved to this place in Telford in 1978.
Have you worked on many more spaceships?
Yeah, Blake 7. I got a whole bucket of spaceships here. I even saw our seats in the lighting gantry and grab your... No, that was it. Yeah, sorry, grab your granny when you had to do that. I saw a pair in a lighting gantry at a Pow concert. I was dragged there under, you know...
Don't lie.
Where did I get to? So we moved here in 1978 because it was cheap rent and rates. Telford was a new town. There was nothing here. and we had the opportunity to move into a new factory. And Dad said, "Oh, because we all lived in Surrey, and all our family's still down there." And Dad said, "We'll move to Telford, we'll make our fortune, and we'll go back." And we never moved, so we kind of. But I'd love living here now, so that's fine. So I started work for Dad in 1989, and at the time, that was the early days of motorsport. Everyone just had one shell made out of Kevlar, and it was a GRP hand laminated shell, and there was no FIA homologation. But because we were doing seats, and so many of them, and in those days we were doing 25,000 seats a year, and they were going all over the place to Sweden for boats, and we were doing hundreds that were being sold to the mini gang, which we still do now. It all started with a big order for a company called John Brown Wheels, who he had shops all around the Midlands, and he also had one in Paris and all over the place. And somebody found an advert the other day, and our seats used to retail at 15 quid. It's ridiculous. Oh my God. And you could buy an alloy wheel for £7.80. You know, this was a long time ago. We probably make less than half that these days, but they're a completely different level of quality. But the motorsport stuff, I joined Mum and Dad in 1989. My first job was in accounts, and then I got really bored, and I said, "Dad, I said, can I get out on the road selling?" And he said, "Yeah," but he said, "I don't know where you're going to develop any new markets from what we've got." And I went and knocked on the door of Rover Sport, and they were this was in the early 90s. They were doing the MGTF trophy. They were just starting it, and got friendly with Tony Pond there, and we developed a seat for that car. And we gradually started building a range of seats, and it just got wider and broader, and that became my bit. I did all the motorsport seats, and then along the way we've done all sorts of other seats. We've got into the dugout seats for all the Premiership football clubs, which are pretty much worldwide now. We do that. Yeah, we do military stuff, military insulation for the inside of Warrior tanks, things like that.
Well, thanks.
You're very welcome.
Speak to you soon.
It's that microphone, because it's like this.
Thanks, bye. Another video is done.
We're racking up these.
Absolutely.
So yeah, ordered the seats, and they're going to be here next week, they said. So we'll do a nice unboxing video, and yeah, the kind of little touches that we've gone for, I'm really excited about. Typical me, I don't see the big picture, I just see all the little tiny things. Another job. So the car's getting collected to go to Swallows on Wednesday, Thursday. They're going to fix a slight gearbox issue. But then from there, we can start stripping it out and getting it race ready.
Good job.
Well done.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe. Hit that little notification bell to get notified on the next Tom vs Dale episode, or Day in the Bay, or product and details video,
yep,
or anything else you like.
Ta-ta.